Hey guys, it's been a while since my last video, I know. But this time I'm working on a side project that I think is pretty cool. And I figured it'd be a good idea to document it and share it with the community. And let me explain. What I'm trying to do right here is to get a local LLM model running on a Raspberry Pi 5, not just to see if it works, but to actually create a private AI assistant for myself and for my wife. Something offline, local, completely under our control. No cloud, no tracking, no fees, just a smart tool we can use whenever and however we want. So my goal here is actually to run a 7B model on my Raspberry Pi 5 using Ollama. Still not sure which 7B models I'm going to be testing, probably Mistral, Tiny Llama, something quantized that fits and runs decently. The focus here, although I like it to be speed, is more control of our privacy. And exploring how far we can push this little board actually. And what do I have here? So basically I have my Raspberry Pi 5 with 16 gig of RAM. I also got the external SSD kit for it, so I have a 256 kit for storage. Basically, the reason I'm using SSD is because it's faster for storing, obviously, and it was actually recommended when I started doing the research for it. So this is why I got this. I also got the active cooler, just to prevent it from heating up a lot and to perform poorly because of that. So this is why I got the active cooler as well. I have also the Raspberry Pi 5 power supply. This is the official one. And I also got this. This is not from Raspberry Pi. This is actually from Ugreen. And what this is the hard drive adapter, because I don't want to connect an external mouse and keyboard to the Raspberry Pi. So what I'm going to do is to take out the SSD card that I have here and shuffle it in there and connect it to my machine, well, to my PC, and actually provision it from there with the Raspberry Pi OS in it. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. This is not properly an unboxing because I opened already some of these boxes just to make sure they were in good conditions. But let's go ahead and install the SSD drive into this hard drive enclosure. So let's go ahead and do that. And because I'm going to be manipulating some electronics here, I decided to buy a pair of gloves, anti-static gloves. So let's go ahead and try them out. There you go, guys. And after fighting with it for a few minutes, I managed to get it inside. So it's the right size for it. So I'm just going to finish setting it up, and then I'm going to connect it to my PC and see you. And I think I'm going to see you in the PC, showing you how to set Raspberry Pi OS in this SSD card. So you know what? All right, guys, welcome to my PC. So I have already connected the adapter into my machine. As you can see from here, the adapter has already been detected by my PC. So the next thing that we are going to be doing is to installing the Raspberry Pi OS into the SSD card. Well, and to do that, you need to go to this page, raspberrypi.com /software, and then go all the way down into this section. in which we are going to be downloading the Raspberry Pi image. So let's go ahead and do that. Just click here, download for Windows. I'm just going to select where I want to download it to and click on save. Now that it's been saved, I'm just going to install it. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, let's run it. And there we go. So this is the Raspberry Pi image. So what we are going to do here, what are we going to do here? So basically, I'm going to be choosing which Raspberry Pi do I have. I'm going to choose the operating system that I want to install into my SSD card, and obviously I need to select the storage. But we are going to take a few additional steps here, because as I don't have an external keyboard or mouse that I can connect directly into the Raspberry Pi, I want to enable SSH, and I also want to configure a Wi-Fi network directly from this imager, which we can do. It is not too obvious right now, but once I select all of these options here, I'm going to be given the option to do additional configuration on it. So let's go ahead and do that. So I have a Raspberry Pi 5, so this is the one that I'm going to be selecting. The operating system, I'm going to go with the recommended one. And then let's go ahead and choose this storage. So yeah, this is the storage that I have here. So this is actually the SSD card that I have plugged into my machine. So yeah. And then if I click on next, I'm going to be asked if I want to apply some customization settings, which I do want to do. So let's click here on edit settings. So the host name, let's set the host name as username. Let's configure a wireless LAN. All right, now that I have already filled this in, so the next thing you want to do is to click on services. Click on services and then enable SSH. So I'm going to go with use password authentication because I don't want to spend time creating a certificate and configuring all of that. So I'm just going to go with a password. Then I'm going to click on save. And we're good to go. So let's click on yes. It's going to tell me that it's going to erase everything on it. That's fine because it's new. And let's wait. I feel this might take a while. This is the first time I'm doing it. So let's just go ahead and wait for it until it finishes. All right, we're almost there. Okay. All right, it looks like we're ready to go. So I'll see you back at the desk to put all together, okay? All right, guys, SSD card is out. I have everything I need here on the table and I'm going to proceed to put it all together now. For me, it's going to take a while, but for you, it's going to be this quick. Boom, there you go, guys. it's all put together. So let's go ahead and power it up. It should be ready if the configuration is correct and went down successfully. As soon as I power it up, it should be connecting to the Wi-Fi network, and it is SSH enabled right now, so I should be able to reach it from my local network. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'll see you back in the PC for the configuration part. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys. Well, the Raspberry Pi is already powered up, and according to my access point, it is already connected to my network. So it should have an IP address by now, and I have the IP address here with me. So let's go ahead and try to connect to it using SSH. I think the configuration went down successfully, given that it is already connected to the Wi-Fi. So let's go ahead and SSH. So 53. And this is the moment of truth, guys. So yeah, there you go. It's successful. So let's click on yes. Cool. So I think everything went smoothly because, as you can see, I'm already inside the Raspberry Pi. This is the host name and my username, so I'm connected to it. So before starting doing any installation regarding to Olama, let's go ahead and do some updates. Well, update and upgrade everything that's on it. So for that, we're going to do sudo apt. And because I don't want to be asked for anything, let's do it like this. Might take a while, but let's wait for it. Cool. Finally, it's all done. So next, we're gonna increase the swap memory on the Raspberry Pi. Even though this Pi has 16 gigs of RAM, running large language models, especially 7B models, can still push it to the limit. So let me explain. Swap acts like an emergency overflow for the RAM. So it's going to use disk space instead of memory. It's a bit slower, but it can prevent crashes when memory usage spikes, you know. So we're setting the swap size to 4 gigs to give Olama and the AI models more breathing room during heavy operations. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So the first thing we need to do is to switch off the swap file, and this is done simply by typing in this command. And don't worry, guys, I'm going to be posting all the commands I'm using for this lab in the comment section, not in the comment section, in the description of this video. So don't worry about it. You will have everything you need if you want to follow this small guide that I'm doing here for you. There you go. And then we need to modify the value of the current file size. And for that, we are going to go to Etsy. Let's go ahead. Where is it? Okay, so this line that we have here is actually in megs. So the current size of the swap file is 512 megs. So we are going to change this to 4 gigs. So yeah, 4 gigs should be enough for it. So let's save it. Cool. And for the changes to take effect, we need to remove the old file and re-enable the swap file system that we have. So for that, first thing that we're going to do is set up. This one is going to remove the file. Oh, cool. Let's see. What's the error here? Right. So it has some restrictions. So let's go back to the file. Yeah, there you go. So there's a restriction set up, although it is commented out. Not sure if it's by default set. So let's modify this bit as well. Let's set it up for the value that we want. Cool, there you go. So I think that went through. Checking system, deleting wrong size, generating swap file off. Yeah. So you can see from here that the previous one was set to 248. And now the new one is set for 4096, which is the one that we want. Still, I'm getting like deleting wrong size file. Let's go ahead and check it out. Let's see if it actually took effect. And the way that we are going to check that out is this command, sudo swapon show. Okay, after some troubleshooting, yeah, it wasn't showing the size of the file mainly because I I didn't actually enable the swap file back again, so that's why when I typed in this command, it didn't show anything. So once I did again the swap file setup, you can see that that the swap file is actually 4 gigs, and it is telling me that it is going to keep it. Now the next command um, that I need to introduce here is the swapon, which is basically the opposite of the swap-off that I did at the beginning. So once I do this, now it's on, and I should be getting the new size. So let's go ahead and check that with the swapon show. Yeah, there you go. So now you can see that the size of this file is 4 gigs. So that's good. It means that, for example, we have changed the swap file from 512 megs to 4 gigs. So this is what we wanted. And this is going to help alleviate a little bit the RAM if I'm pushing it a little bit too hard with the models that we are going to be testing. So let's carry on. So the next thing that we are going to do here is installing some essentials tools. Um, and we are going to be installing curl, and we are going to install git. So, and this is all done with a command that I have already, well, that I have ready right here. So let's go ahead and paste it. Cool. So I think it was already there, so there wasn't really a need for it. Next thing we are going to do is installing Olama. And this command that I'm going to paste right now, is actually available in the Olama webpage. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. With this one, we are going to install Olama.
which is like the platform on which we are going to be running all of our AI models. So let's give it a moment for it to download and install. Okay, so all done here. So it's telling me that the installation completed successfully, but as I'm running on a Raspberry Pi, it's obviously telling me that I don't have an NVIDIA GPU detected on it. So it's also telling me that Olama is only going to be running on the CPU. So, and that's fine. So we can work with that. And this is part of the testing that we are doing here, right? So we are actually going to test how it performs in here. And if it is good enough for you to have a live server, a live private server with your Raspberry Pi. So next, let's go ahead and check that the version is on the latest. So for that, if this goes smoothly, that means that Olama, yes, Olama is installed correctly on this Raspberry Pi. Next, let's run it. Oh, okay. Right. So I tried to run it, but because when the installation finished, it's telling me that Olama is already available here. Probably this is why I'm getting this error. So let's go ahead and see if we can run some, if we can pull some AI models. Let's try with DeepSeek. And I want the 7B model, so let's see. Now what it is doing is downloading the model directly um, from Olama. So once this is completed, I'm going to be able to run it locally. So let's give it a few minutes to download. And once it is all downloaded, I'm going to be running it and we can start seeing how it performs. All right, it's almost there. It says it's already at 100%, so cool. We have our first model downloaded into the Raspberry Pi. So this is not enough, right? So let's go ahead and run it. What should we ask, guys? So think I'm gonna leverage his reasoning. Let's see if it can handle some itinerary. Trip to Japan. It's gonna be a 7-day trip, include meal plans and main attractions. Oh, it's taking its sweet time. It's not that fast, is it? All right, but that's the thinking process. So it's actually not responding to me yet. So let's wait for it. What do you think, guys? Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? It took around 8 minutes to come up with an answer to the question that I asked. So for me, this is not worth it. So let's go ahead and test another one. Which one should we try next? Let's, well, I need to step out of this one. Then instead of doing pull, which one should I do next? Let's test llama 3.2. Cool. This is a smaller one, so should run faster in theory. Let's put it to the test. Okay, that's done. Let's go ahead and ask the same question. Let's run it first. Okay, let's copy and paste. Let's see how much it takes. It's 2024 right now. Well, it's not that bad, is it? Okay, so let's ask it a little bit about a um, general knowledge question. So, sorry if my spelling is not correct. Paris. Well, that wasn't that bad. Okay, that was pretty detailed and it took roughly over 3 minutes. I think it's decent. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments what do you think. So, step out of it. Oops. Let's go ahead and test another one. Let's go, well, this was a 3B. Let's go with Tiny Llama, which is a 1.1B model. So let's go ahead and test that. Okay, this is almost done. This is Tiny Llama 1.1B. Let's see how it performs. Cool. Let's run it. Okay, same question. Wow, this is much faster. Much faster. Well, this was fast. It wasn't as thorough as the previous one, but I think it did a decent job. Um, I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. So let's ask a general question, general knowledge question. So it's taking its sweet time now. I'm not sure if it's even doing it. Well, it's typing fast, but I don't know. It took its sweet time to come back to me. What do you think? All right, guys, I think this is a good stopping point for this video. If I see interest in this video, I'm going to be recording a part two. I'll be uploading a part two in which I'm going to be covering how to integrate this with the web UI. So, for example, you don't have to go into CLI mode if you want to interact with the AI. You would connect to it through a web browser and then ask question about it. So let me know if you want me to do a part two of this video or if this is enough for you guys. So I think we cover quite a lot of ground here, from the basic setup and installing Raspberry Pi OS in obviously in the Raspberry Pi 5, and then go ahead um, and installing Olama, doing a little tweaks so it could run faster. But I'm not sure if it did something to it or not. But if you have any comments, or if you have any questions about it, please let me know in the comments, and I'll be more than happy um, to help you out. Thank you guys, and it's been amazing. Cheers. See you next time.